Hey guys, it's Keith Greveness of the Beat Sessions, checking out the second half of John Frusciante's new 2-album solo release. This one is called 2. We will be reviewing the vinyl only 1 later this week. These are his 12th and 13th solo album releases. Like many of you, when I anticipated listening to John Frusciante's new solo album that is titled with symbols using a colon, a Roman numeral 2, and a period, I expected at least some guitars, or even what you might call music. But I wouldn't call this music. Don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean I don't like it. In fact, I love it. John has released 11 solo albums before this. Usually we have a range from singing and guitar work to electronica, so I expected something in that range. When I turned on the first track, I thought to myself, wow, what an eerie album opener. It is visceral and evocative. It's minimalistic but powerful. It is an abstract artist painting in only shades of gray. I have no doubt in my mind that John is a musical genius and that this album is a concentration of that genius and something else. If you know a little bit about John, you know that he played guitar for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Okay, everyone knows that. He joined them when he was 18, first appearing on their 1989 release, Mother's Milk. He played on the second album, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, that came out in 1991. This album was the hit. It was the breaker. Songs like Give It Away, Under the Bridge, Suck My Kiss, and Breaking the Girl were a massive success. Suddenly, Frusciante quit the band in 1992, and they said he did it because he was overwhelmed with their popularity. But who knows? He was 22 at the time. He was into drugs. He had young, famous friends to do drugs with. He was in deep, and the rumor is that John may have killed his friend River Phoenix with a lethal dose of heroin and cocaine on Halloween in 1993. At the time, Johnny Depp owned the Viper Room in LA, and he and Frusciante and River Phoenix were very close, or at least they were really good drug buddies. The Viper Room was more than a music venue. It was also a drug den. Johnny Depp allegedly condoned all the drug dealing that was going on, and some people even say he was in on it. River was dating a girl named Samantha Mathis, and they went to the Viper Room that Halloween night because River said he wanted to play some music with some friends. Mathis said that she was uncomfortable with how fucked up River was. Frusciante was there and supposedly gave Phoenix a drink, a non-alcoholic drink at that, but that contained a huge dose of heroin and cocaine. River had 8 times the lethal dose of heroin in his system. That monster speedball wouldn't take long to kill Phoenix. He died of an overdose out in the street outside of the Viper Room. After this, supposedly Frusciante went into hiding, expecting to be arrested for murder. But River's family declined to pursue the matter, strangely enough. Johnny Depp closed the Viper Room for a week after this out of respect for River. There's allegedly a video Depp filmed of John to create an insanity defense. Some people say that Frusciante had to know that it was a lethal dose, but who knows? They were all fucked up. It's hard to say. As I said earlier, this album is a concentration of Frusciante's genius and something else. I think it's maybe pain and guilt. These sounds Frusciante is making on this album consist of feedback, clipping, and static, but when all combined creates an eerie but beautiful frequency. Occasionally there is perhaps the lightest element of synthesizer, but only to create higher pitched tones. This album buzzes and vibrates and is ominous through and through. I think this should have been the soundtrack to 2001: A Space Odyssey because it's creepier and more well done. I can imagine the patience it would take to painstakingly craft this album, and it definitely gets a nod from me. Is this something I would recommend you listen to? I don't know. Maybe if you're a weirdo like me. Maybe if you're fascinated about getting into the mind of a creative genius in agony. This definitely is not what I'd call music. This is the eternal grief of Frusciante's soul, and it's brilliant. I don't know who John made this album for. Maybe it was for himself. Maybe it was for Johnny. Maybe it was for River Phoenix. I hope this review gave you some context for listening to this strange album. It's long and simple at 1 hour and 43 minutes, but it drives powerfully through the soundscape. Someone might say that this album is nothing, that it's meaningless, but I don't think so. This album is heroin addiction. This album is maybe murder. This album is pain. What else could it be? Give it a listen. I'd highly recommend it. Along with 2, John released 1 today on vinyl only. We will be getting that album and giving you a review this week. We're excited to give it a listen. I think Mitch will be giving you that review. I'm thinking it's going to be more music than this one, and but I don't know. We'll see going forward. Thank you guys for listening. This has been Keith Grevenitz in the Beat Sessions. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget, on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Arizona time, we do a live show. We'd like to get some more people checking that out, some more comments, some interaction on that. So please check it out. And if you missed the live, you can see it after it's shot. It's fun. It's Mitch, Mary Beth, and I talking about what's happening in music. So please check it out this Tuesday and every Tuesday at 8 Arizona time. That's 10 New York Eastern time right now. Take a look at what the time is in your time zone, and come and join us. Hey, thanks a lot. Again, I'm Keith Grevenitz. Have a good one, guys.